The College Baseball Experience SEC Conference Win Totals episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's U.S. based and available in 40 different states. Head to cut.com. That's KUTT.com. Use that promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Yes, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. And don't forget to enter our Super Bowl 58 props contest. Pick 58 Super Bowl props for a chance to win $1,000. Enter today for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/SB58. That's SB58. Or you can do that in the SGPN app. Regardless, remember, as always, to let it ride.
This is Mike Leach, head football coach at Mississippi State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the College Baseball Experience SEC Win Totals episode. Yes, it just means more. And it really does in this situation because we actually have win totals.
I know.
We actually have win totals in college baseball.
Celebrate.
Holy shit. The sport is growing. It's growing, and we got things to talk about. I think there's some great edges out there. Folks, remember, you can watch this on youtube.com/the college experience, but perhaps you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, and that is 100% fair. My name is Colby Dant and Bieniek, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, maybe you're a Florida Gator fan. Pretend it never happened last year. You were that close. That close. This is your year, perhaps. A new year brings opportunity, and that is why you tune into the fucking show, in my opinion. It's got nothing to do with me being an idiot talking games, but there is some edges we'll give you. I am joined by my co-host. If you've just listened to the College Baseball Experience over the years, this guy's the heartbeat. Me, like I said, I'm just the fucking idiot. He has all the knowledge. He used to play college baseball. Give it up for the host of the College Baseball Experience, the man behind the scenes on the College Basketball Experience, the College Football Experience. And you can hear him sometimes on the Sports Gambling Podcast. He was on VSiN last week. Give it up for Noah Bieniek. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Colby? Happy to have you back. Congratulations on the new son, White Tiger.
White
awesome
Tiger.
Name there.
Thank you.
Awesome video that you just put out as well. Reading him a bedtime story before we get to work tonight. Both college baseball show tonight and a college basketball show right after. But you mentioned it. This sport continues to grow, and one of the biggest examples of that is the growing betting market. I mean, for crying out loud, win totals. We were barely able to get conference futures before the preseason or before the season started last season. So courtesy of BetRivers, we have win totals betting odds right now. And I'm writing up an article on this as well. It'll be out like a day or two after this podcast.
SportsGamblingPodcast.com. Get the SGPN app. It's free to download in the App Store and Google Play Store. Continue with
there
what
we
you're
go.
saying.
And honestly, dude, I find it more attractive to put my money into the win totals betting market than a World Series, College World Series champion, get to Omaha betting odds, or just conference winner. Because I have some takes on some teams in the middle of the conference that I think might underperform expectation. And now we have win totals, and it provides me another thing that I'd love to bet on here. So I think this is overall great for the sport great for us degens.
Because another angle is gambling's now legal in over 30 states. This was not the case, 5-6 years ago. And the sport's always been undercovered, in my opinion, you know, and it's growing. And then you mix that with opportunity to make money, and voila, it's about fucking time. I like this. What are you doing here? YouTube.com/The College Experience. Calling audibles left and right.
Yeah.
Let's jump.
I'm getting it set up. We're going to be sharing some screens for the schedules.
This was just released when?
This weekend. These were released this weekend, to my knowledge, maybe even on Friday. I don't remember the exact day, but I mean, we're still early. We'll probably move some prices here right after this show goes live. So my advice would be get in on these as fast as you can. One thing to note in specific to this market, unlike college football win totals, these win totals are only in SEC conference play. So each team in the SEC, if you're new to college baseball, I'm not holding it against you. It's a growing sport. Many of our listeners are new to betting on it for sure.
Yeah, I will though. I'll hold it against you, you piece of shit out there. All right. No, I'm joking. What are you doing?
The league schedule has 30 games. I mean, there's an off chance that they get canceled or rained out due to some travel issues.
Now, how does that work though? Does the bet automatically void then? Even though they make it up sometimes?
I would have to look into if a game is not played. That's out of our hands, out of our control. So it would either void, hopefully, or, I mean, if you have an under, it helps. Last season, I wanted to run through the conference standings, just a couple of things that jumped out to me. I analyzed the regular season standings, compared them to the college baseball betting odds that we have currently out there. I wanted to look at the two extremes in specific and how many teams were elite and how many teams were very, very bad. Because first, I noticed no team last year achieved more than 20 victories, and there are currently two lines set at 20.5. So not only do they have to get over that 20.5 number, they're barely going to eclipse that 20.5 number. Those two teams last year with 20 were Florida and Arkansas. Once again, those two teams with 20.5 win totals are Florida and Arkansas this season. However, in the last 10 full seasons, thanks to COVID, the 2020 season doesn't count. 10 teams have won 21 or more games. So 10 seasons, 10 teams have been able to do this. Two teams since COVID have eclipsed 20.5 wins, though. So in the 3 seasons, only 2 teams have done this, mainly because of the growing popularity of the sport. Also, NIL, transfer portal has been nuts after COVID. So the teams have really gotten better as of recent in the SEC. So that could be a new trend. The 10-year trend could be out the window. Also, on the other extreme, since COVID, the last 3 seasons, there have been 9 teams that have finished with less than 11.5 wins. There are currently 2 lines set at 11.5. That's Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Then Georgia's win total is set at 9.5. Missouri's set at 7.5 victories. So the only team during the last 3-year span, again, since COVID, the sport's grown. I feel like the floor has really, really come up. As of recent, there's only been 1 team to finish lower than the 7.5 win total for Missouri this season. That was Ole Miss's 6-win season last year. And lastly, only 2 teams last year, 2 out of the 14 had winning records on the road in conference. It's absurd. So value home games in conference, dock the teams when they hit the road.
And I think we should highlight the fact, if you happen to be, say, good friends or colleagues with a coach, AKA Brad Bohannon, and he's giving you some inside intel, you don't go to the sports book wherever you're at. I know it was in Cincinnati. You don't just go to the sports book or your bookie and say, this is a lock. I know this guy. Text. I know this guy. Look, the pitcher's not even playing. You don't do that. You don't do that. You shut the fuck up. You place your wager, and in my opinion, you fucking diversify. You bounce on 10 sports books. You don't go to one and try to get $100,000 out of one. They're gonna know. All right, come on. All right. So if you're friends with any any
hit us up
any coaches,
before,
please hit us up and
make
it. I'll give you a direct number to myself, and please, we would encourage that.
Michael Huffer asks, was I a pitcher or a first baseman? I was a pitcher in college. However, growing up through the high school and travel ball pipeline, third baseman and pitcher. So I was a actually better hitter than pitcher, but my arm angle was funky and I had some movement. So my college coach liked me better on the mound. But yeah, let's hit on a couple of teams. We're doing this as a bonus episode. Most of the team analysis that we're going to have, you can find it on the previous SEC show that we just did. We're going to be mainly going through schedules on this episode.
Yes, the SEC preview is out, folks. Go listen to that. The Pac-12 preview is out. We got the ACC planned for next. This is kind of an emergency episode. They dropped this thing. We've never gotten these, so let's fucking have fun with this.
So Colby came out, or not came out, but Sunday said, all right, I'm back. So I was like, okay, Monday night, we got an NC and Nick episode early. I'm not going to keep them late. Let's rock it Tuesday. We're planning on ACC baseball preview Thursday, and then we'll see where the Big 12 preview fits in. We want to get the Big 12 guys in prior to the season. That might just be me and the Big 12 guys. We'll see. We'll see where the schedule leads. We want to do also an Omaha 8 preview with our Golden Spikes picks, national championship picks before we even get to Thursday of next week when we're picking games of weekend one. So can't wait.
Let's fucking go. I mean, give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter. I know B77_. He's doing shit.
I mean, we just had a baseball, college fantasy baseball draft that we just conducted.
That's what I'm talking about. You drop that. I hate to say that we're
trying
edge.
our best.
I like to think of myself as just lackluster, but some are saying we're cutting edge. That's all I'm saying.
Also, this one's for Toby Keith. I know that our demographic here, mostly Southerners. Shout out to Toby Keith.
There you go. Look, I know you're a country music guy. I don't know the fucking guy. I couldn't pick out his music for nothing, but I can tell you this. I did get shit hammered at one of his bars before. Right. I was staying at a hotel that was right across the street from one of those bars. I want to say it was in Oklahoma City. I could be wrong. I think it was Oklahoma City. It was either Nashville or Oklahoma City. Right. Either way, I don't know his music, but I hear he's a hell of a nice guy. And, he got me drunk one time essentially. So shout out to him. Rest in peace. Love to his family and loved ones. That it's obviously terrible, but anyway, life goes on. We got to talk about some college baseball here.
Jump into some college. Yeah.
Baseball. Let's start. Look, we went alphabetically before on the preview.
We were guilty of going a little bit long on the A's.
It's true. It's true. I've always been an Oakland A's fan, so like
keep them in Oakland.
Keep them in fucking Oakland. Don't ever do. If they go to Vegas, I'm out.
Me too.
I'm fucking out, man. I grew up loving the fucking A's. All right. Orioles are my team, but A's were like my second team. Ricky Henderson. I'm a fan of anyone that refers to himself in the third person. All right. That's what I'm talking about. All right. But anyway, let's jump in. But before we jump in, I want to tell you that the college baseball experience is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Look, you might be looking for a super offer for, say, I don't know, Super Bowl 58. Well, we got you covered. DraftKings Sportsbook, they have you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. What are you doing, folks? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use that promo code SGP. Once again, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58 with the promo code SGP. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-78-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 age plus, varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See DKNG.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Whew. By the way, West Virginia love the .net. They're still rocking the .net. You know, it's been a minute. I feel like when the internet first started out, that was in '96 when I was on the internet after playing a game of Doom. I feel like I would go to .net. Didn't know that still existed. Shout out to West Virginia for staying behind the times. Noah, I forgot to tell you. Wait, we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy has a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. They got NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, college basketball, and college football. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. You can win 100 times the amount of money you enter with some of their spicy plays. So what are you doing? Watch along, make picks, and maybe make a little extra cash on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. When you sign up, make sure you sign up with the promo code TCE SGPN. Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. Once again, that's Underdog Fantasy promo code TCE SGPN. I'll tell you this right now. You sign up because I actually really believe in this. Look, I've been doing this shit a long time, guys. I've read ads for shit that I truly don't buy into. All right, I'm not going to name the names because I want them to give me more money, right? But I will say I buy into Underdog Fantasy's thing. I have signed up myself. I think it's a fantastic website. I think you can find edges that you cannot find elsewhere.
I write daily college basketball articles on sportsgamblingpodcast.com, and we're hearing rumblings. Come on, Underdog. College baseball, props. I mean, we've got win totals now. Come on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You should check it. You should really check it out. And I'll tell you what, if you sign up, make sure you take a screenshot of you signing up. Once again, promo code TCE SGPN. But if you sign up, take a screenshot, find me on the interwebs, find me wherever, honestly, wherever in life. Doesn't matter if you look up any fucking way to get a hold of me. But on Twitter at the Colby D, if you have Twitter or X or whatever, show me you signed up. I'll send you a college baseball experience t-shirt. How about that? How about fucking that? How's that for some fucking heat? All right.
There we go.
All right, let's get into this thing, man. Vanderbilt.
So right off the bat here, cocktail napkin did some work. Printed out a sheet, chicken scratch all over it. Let's dive in. My power rankings. I did it off of my power rankings. I'll get into them. I have Florida number 1, Arkansas 2, Tennessee 3, LSU 4, South Carolina 5, Texas A&M 6, Kentucky 7, Auburn 8, Vanderbilt 9, Alabama 10th, Ole Miss 11th, Mississippi State 12th, Georgia 13th, Missouri 14th. Colby, do you want to mention yours
I
right
got
now?
mine. Let's go. Fire away. If you haven't listened to the SEC preview, which you still should, because you're going to get some nuggets, some gems.
Yeah.
My number 1 team was the Tennessee Volunteers. There's only one team that hits dingers and walks around with a fucking fur coat, and I will never fade them. All right. As a big Ric Flair lover, I will never fade them. Shout out to GBO Farms. Second, I have Arkansas. Why? Because I think they're due. They're fucking due. Yes, I know Bobby Petrino's back on on campus, and to me, the parties get a little bit better when Petrino's in town. And that's a football joke, but we're still talking baseball here, and I think Arkansas is due. They're just due. They might even win this fucking thing. At 3, I got the Florida Gators. Their schedule's brutal, or I would be higher on them. Obviously, they had a great year a season ago. Went all the way.
We'll touch on that schedule coming up here too.
At number 4, I had the LSU Tigers. As Ed Orgeron once said, we Tigers on this podcast, right? At number 5, I went with the Gamecocks, and that maybe I'm game a little bit there. 6, I went with the Texas A&M Aggies and all their oil blood money. At 7, I did go with
Benedicting here.
Yes, I want the Roll Tide. All right, look, I love a good scandal. I want to get behind any university that's willing to do. See, at the SEC, as much as I will, at times make jokes about them in football or basketball, or Greg Sankey wanting 1,000 teams in the NCAA tournament, I do appreciate the fact that they will do whatever it takes to win. They will break rules. And sometimes that spirit perhaps, infects a coach like we saw at Alabama last season. Because he was like, you know what? It's going to be a tough, we're all right, but might as well capitalize it and get really fucking rich. Now, the problem is.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, the problem is that guy at Cincinnati fucked it all up. If not, no one would have figured it out. And he'd be rich sitting on in Bora Bora, going down slides, butt ass naked with 10 broads, right? And they ruined that. Now, I appreciate that. I like a good scandal. I know he got fired. I know he's not there anymore, but kind of like what they did hiring this Maryland coach. So give me Roll Tide.
He benedicted here. We're not going to let him get past this.
I did.
He had
Benedict
Ole Miss
Arnold.
at 7. Yeah. They're one of their top starters in Rivas. He's out for the season, so you had to move down Ole Miss.
Yeah. So that's true. When that news broke, I was like, yeah. Get out of here. Rebel yell my ass. All right. Look, number 8, I did go with Vanderbilt. The Doors, private school pussies. You gotta respect them because I feel like they're always decent. 9, the Kentucky Wildcats. At 10, I went with Ole Miss now. Swapped. 11, Georgia. I think they surprised a little bit this year. You're going to hear more about that in a little bit. 12, the Auburn Tigers. 13, Mississippi State. Unfortunately, I know Mike Leach, our friend. Rest in peace to Coach Leach, longtime friend of the show. He is gone, and unfortunately, Mississippi State's kind of falling apart. I feel like athletically, football program, baseball. What the hell's happening here? And 14th, I have the Missouri Tigers. Let's get into it, buddy.
Dive in.
Yeah. Last time I checked, my alphabet's always a bit sketchy. I'm trying to go in reverse so we're not so predictable. V, I think, is the first letter in reverse.
You're right.
In the SEC. And that would mean we're talking about these Doors. Vanderbilt. Man, look at you scrolling up.
Yep. All right. So SEC conference schedule begins March 15th or the weekend. They might even have a Thursday game this weekend as well. First off, Vanderbilt's one of my favorite picks this season, win totals wise. Overall, I'm not very high on this Vanderbilt squad. I might catch some heat for this prediction, but I mean, the Vandy boys are currently being advertised as, one of the best pitching staffs in the country, but I'm not buying what they're selling, mainly because Carter Holton hasn't really had a fully healthy season yet with Vanderbilt. He took a slight step back last year. Their second starter in Devin Fitrell has been more reliable than Holton, but Holton's ceiling is higher. And then after those two starters, the next group of guys that are expected to be important arms on this team are young and unproven SEC, or are young and unproven as SEC weekend guys. Grayson Carter, Andrew Dukanich, Ethan McIlvain, who's their super freshman. And that doesn't even touch on the lineup, which is always just a huge question mark for Vanderbilt each year. And they rely on just a huge breakout season from one or two guys to get them over the hump. They lose Enrique Bradfield from last year and RJ Schreck. Tim Corbin will have to rely on a couple of guys on having some breakout seasons. So let's run through the schedule here. Again, we're going to try not to do too much analysis here. I have them in week 1. They are hosting Auburn. I have them winning a 2-1 series against Auburn.
I like them getting Auburn early because I think Auburn's a team that's going to improve as the season goes along.
That's a good point. So yeah, I have them 2-1 over Auburn. I then have at South Carolina, I have South Carolina win 2-1.
Yeah, me too. I like that. That's a tricky trip there.
Then they host Missouri, and I have them winning 2-3.
Sweep.
Okay. So you're one off of my win total prediction. Just remember that at the end. At LSU, I have LSU winning 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, I'm hoping for 2-1. Like I'm nervous about the potential of a sweep there.
At Texas A&M, back-to-back road weekends, I have Texas A&M winning 2-1 here.
Texas A&M's that wild card team that could just fuck up every bet that I make future wise to me. Like they're the true wild card team.
It might be. They've got the explosive offense to do
I
it.
think that I would lean 2-1. I know that potentially this could come back on me. We could clip this and make me look like a fool. But yeah, okay, continue on. Let's go to the Gators.
Let me get that doesn't work with that layout.
It's okay. No one needs to see my face.
How did I do this again? Hold on. I fucked it up.
I got a face for radio. Right. They've been saying that for a long time.
Florida. They host Florida. I have Florida winning the series 2-1.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not being bold.
Lean. The bat's got to get hot for the Doors. I would lean Florida too. 2-1. Yeah, maybe even 2-1. 2-1. Let's say 2-1.
Yeah, I mean,
think
again, I'm sticking mainly to the power rankings that I had, and I'm valuing home field advantage mainly. There were not many bold sweep predictions from me. Then Vanderbilt hosts Mississippi State. I've Vandy winning 2 of the 3.
Yeah, 2 of the 3. I actually think a sweep's possible too. I mean,
it could be.
Yeah.
It depends on whether Mississippi State kind of reaches their ceiling. I mean, their offense is also very, very good. Vanderbilt at Georgia. I have Georgia winning this one 2-1.
Yeah, I was about to. Man, you're stealing a little bit of my juice. I was like, I'm kind of more bullish on Georgia. I know I had them still picked 11th, but
2 spots higher than me.
I think they're going to be better than what people think, and I think that's a tricky road spot. Okay, so and they have. Don't forget they have the Vols next.
Then they host their in-state rival Tennessee next. I have Tennessee going in and winning 2.
Agreed.
All right, and then the season finale at Kentucky. I got Kentucky winning 2.
No, I got Vandy winning 2.
So you flipped on 2 of the results from me. My final projection of their record is 13-17, and their win total is at 17.5.
Yeah, even with me getting two wins where they shouldn't be, and I get it. There's potential they could sweep Mississippi State. I just can't. I actually think it's a really good bet to play the under.
100%. This is it's my second favorite bet. We'll get to the other one in a second here. I'm putting up the betting odds.
I'm gonna play a little lock music.
Yeah,
little lock music. Take the doors on the under. Look, you feel better when you bet against private school pussies. That's just a fact of life.
And this one, great odds here. I just updated the banner. I forgot to do that for some reason. You can get this one at plus 100 on the under.
Let me ask you something too. I know their football stadium was under construction. Is their baseball stadium affected by that at all?
The baseball stadium's under construction too.
That's what I'm saying. So they're
adding some amenities.
Crowd.
They're doing it on the concourse, I believe. They're not going to be doing it like during the weekends. They're going to have everything cleared out. But both Vanderbilt and Auburn are doing some construction on their stadium.
Your seat numbers are going to be affected by that, I would imagine. So yeah, I would play the under on that. Shout out to Todd Andrews in the chat. Says he has Vandy at 16. Folks, I really look. I know. I feel like I know college football and college basketball better than college baseball because it's undercovered. But at the same time, I think there's better edges. I think the sport is completely undercovered. Like, get in on this under 17.5. I think there's a fucking smash spot. Jump in on that.
I think there's even one more bigger smash spot that'll come up in a little bit. I'll pull up the next schedule. Go ahead and introduce the next team.
Yeah, my alphabet off the top of my head. T, Texas, A&M. Texas comes next year. The Aggies and all their blood money. This is, to me, we talked about this on our preview. And I know, I think they're to me, I think out of the whole conference, the biggest wild card. I feel like they could finish second or third. They could also finish 11th or 12th. You know what I mean? Like they're the hardest team for me to project. What are we looking at here though?
So the win total is set at 16.5. Not much prelude, I guess, for me, because, you know, I was pretty bold on the Vanderbilt take, and I have to defend it because I have them much lower than everybody else. But I think this offense is really stacked for the Aggies. Their ceiling depends on their pitching. I saw a couple of guys pitch pretty well in the SEC tournament last year. They almost won that thing. So this could be breakout years for a couple of guys in that rotation and in the bullpen. Weekend number 1 for Texas A&M. They are at Florida. I have them losing 2 of 3.
I do too, but I still think there's potential. That you don't think Florida's got a target on their back after they just went to the national championship. So like, I think Florida's better, but it wouldn't shock me if A&M got 2 of 3.
I think Florida's better, and they're also one of the weaker home environments. So take that into account later when we talk about Florida. But against Texas A&M, I don't think they've got the pitching to match up, especially early on. Florida has, I talked about Texas A&M having a very, very loaded offense. Florida is also they'll have a top 3 offense in the maybe in the country, but definitely in the SEC this season. So I think their offense might just be able to feast off the average pitching that A&M is going to throw at them. Weekend number 2, Texas A&M hosts Mississippi State. I got A&M winning 2 of 3.
I do too, and I could totally see this if they did steal 2 of 3 against the Gators. I could see State. A&M thinking their shit don't stink, and then Mississippi State comes in. Remember, proud program, historically such a good program. So I'm with you.
Yep. Next one, they're at Auburn, Auburn is at Texas A&M. I have A&M winning 2 of 3.
Yes, maybe even I could even see a sweep potentially.
I'm a little bit higher on Auburn than a lot of people. So
I like catching Auburn early. To me, if it's later in the season, that's when I worry that Auburn is going to be becoming
both Alabama schools. I will agree with you. Both Alabama schools, Georgia and Missouri, either new coaching or a lot of new pieces on the team. Those are the teams that you want to catch early. The next one, Texas A&M goes to South Carolina. I have the Gamecocks winning 2 of 3.
Yep, on board. And if you listen to my projections, I had South Carolina 5th, A&M at 6th. So that it kind of. Those are huge games for my projections. Yeah,
I was right there with you. I had the Gamecocks 5th and A&M 6th too. Then A&M hosts Vanderbilt. This is the weekend of the 12th, and I have A&M winning 2-1 over the Commodores.
We just agreed to that.
Yep. Alabama, I have Bama winning 2-1. They're the host team here. I think they can pull off the upset. This is deep enough into the season where this pitching staff is really going to shine, and the offense might be coming around. So I actually have Bama 2-1.
I could really see this going either way, but I don't have a strong conviction to saying Bama's going to win this series. Correct. But
this is a swing game. I would honestly count this, throw 1 or even 2 games into a 50-50 pile, and we'll talk about it at the end.
Yeah, fair.
Cool. Let's throw 1. I mean, they're probably going to win 1 on the road. They're not going to get swept. The question is really, do they get 2 and win the series, or do they get 1? Most of the time when you go on the road in the SEC, if you can get 1, that's usually viewed as, hey, you had a solid weekend. You didn't quite get the series victory, but you'll be able to live. If you get swept, that's like the end of the world. And if you get 2, you really just stole something. So then Georgia visits Texas A&M. I have A&M winning the series 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's potential for a sweep. I also think it's potential for Georgia. It depends. I am high on Georgia a little bit, I guess, more than most, but I just don't know if they're ready for that. But A&M's a weird team. Like, to me, like I said, I don't have a good pulse on them. So it wouldn't shock me if Georgia got 2 of 3 there. But yeah, I'll join you.
All right. Then Texas A&M visits LSU, Alex Box Stadium. I got LSU winning 2 of 3.
Yes. Maybe even 3 of 3. Maybe even 3 of 3.
Bold call here. Maybe even 3 of 3. And then Ole Miss, they go to Ole Miss. I have A&M winning 2-1.
Yes.
That one might be a 50-50 pile game, though, because Ole Miss has one of the best home field environments and advantages in the SEC. So I'm going to throw a second game into the 50-50 pile. Then we go Arkansas comes to Texas A&M. This is the last week of the regular season. I have A&M winning 2-1.
I don't know. I like this Arkansas team a lot, but I see the potential there. It's a rivalry game or games. It's a rivalry series. How about that?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll join you on this, but look, I'm going to be honest. I'm not betting this fucking team. Like, this is one where I'm just not betting on Texas A&M. They're too hard for me to understand. There's a lot of potential there, and maybe that's value. If you like, to me, what were the future odds again for them to win the SEC? Because like they're a complete mystery team. I'd compare them to like when
I don't have them pulled up in front of me.
Like TCU a season ago in the Big 12 coming into the season, we weren't that high on TCU. And
they grew on me though. They grew on us. Plus they were a winning athletic department in general last year. So Texas A&M, I had one true swing game. You counted the Mississippi State game. Are you counting like a Georgia game into the 50-50 pile? Arkansas at Texas A&M. That's probably a 50-50 game.
Yes. I mean, that one, I can't just say like, oh, they're going to get the best of them.
So you have two 50-50 games?
Yeah, I would even say maybe even 3.
Okay. So I chalk up 1. I have Texas A&M projected 16-14. So I could flex that into 17-15 or 15-17, but 16-14 is my projection. I have them under 16.5. I'm not too confident in this team. I think they could really surprise in either direction of their trajectory here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the under. I think 16 is that number we're sitting on. Yeah.
Yep. My pick as well.
I am not going to bet this one. Vanderbilt, I'm all over.
Yeah, all right? I'm all over Vandy.
All right, I'm making calls to my cousins, my friends who buy casinos. They're making strong wagers, saying Dundee said this. All right, let's jump over and talk about the Tennessee Volunteers, my personal favorite team in the conference. Their big dick energy is second to none in the SEC. That we talked about this on the SEC preview. We like their schedule. We really like their schedule.
Yeah. I really like the offense, and I'm higher on the pitching staff than most because of the influx of transfer talent. The last time that we really weren't sure what a Tennessee starting rotation was going to give us, it turned out we got Blade Tidwell, Chase Dolander, Chase Burns, Drew Beam, all in one starting rotation, and it was fucking loaded. So I have trust in this Tennessee pitching staff, both on the coaching end and the offense. So I'm very high on this Tennessee team. I have them third. I didn't give into the schedule on my power rankings, but you had Tennessee first.
I did, and once again, I love them starting off with Alabama. I think you want to get those Alabama schools, and Alabama.
It's a road series. This one's questionable, I think, later on in the regular season, but I think they win 2 or 3 at Bama.
Yeah, let's go. I think I'm all over that.
Then they host Ole Miss. I don't like Ole Miss away from home this season, especially without their true ace, Hunter Elliott, and also without Rivas. They're without 2 starting pitchers this season. So I have Tennessee in a sweep.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not bold with predicting any sweeps. I don't even know if I've predicted one yet, but I have Tennessee sweeping Ole Miss.
I'll join you, man. Ole Miss just has been decimated by injuries. So,
you might not join me on this one, but I've also got Tennessee on a sweep against Georgia. Weekend 3.
I don't have you on a sweep. I have 2-1 here. 2-1 here. Vols get it done against, I think Georgia's going to be a little bit better than people think.
So flex it 1 against me, final record. Auburn. I have Tennessee going into Auburn and winning 2 or 3.
Yep.
Next one, they host LSU. Huge. Their home field advantage is fucking nuts. I have Tennessee winning 2 or 3.
Yep. I wish I could say 3 or 3, but I can't say that.
Then this is when I get frisky. I have them losing the series to Kentucky 2 years ago with their loaded team. Kentucky's big park fucked with them, and Kentucky took 2 or 3 at home. So I think they lose 2 or 3 to Kentucky.
Get this Kroger bullshit out of here. All right. Look, they're going to go into here. I saw what they did to the fucking away team, with their country music. Couldn't plan on fucking shit happening. No, Tennessee is going in there. This is a rivalry game. Kentucky's always talking big and bad about their bourbon trail. Tennessee's over there making Jack Daniels. It matters. Vols get 2 of 3.
I'm not even. I feel pretty confident in that pick. I like Kentucky this year. I'm not even going to throw one into the 50-50 pile here. Which also, sneak peek, might just be. I want to exaggerate just how high I am on Tennessee this season. They host Missouri. Here's a tricky angle here. I want to dive into this a little bit. So Tennessee head coach Tony Vitello, he played for Missouri, and he also played under Tim Jameson who's now back on the coaching staff for Missouri. So back in like the early 2000s when Vitello was a player for the Tigers.
Wait. So you could say this?
Because I understand how the bastard thinks. I taught him. Now I own one.
I have Tennessee in a sweep, but I'm throwing a game into the 50-50 pile just because I don't know if Vitello on a Sunday is going to be like, okay, guys, go put up 10 on their worst.
I know that.
And their what's remaining of their bullpen, you know?
It is a sweep, buddy. All right. Like, I don't care how many fucking people they know, how many weddings they've been to together. All right. It's a sweep.
I'm just going to say I have one in the 50-50 pile. People might call me crazy, but that with Florida on deck, there you got to look ahead there. You have, just a friendship there.
That's fair.
So
that is fair.
Going to Florida next, I have the Gators winning 2 of 3.
I do too. Unfortunately, that's what I think. They get caught up in that Bourbon Trail shit, and they're not focused for the Gators in Gainesville. So who's claiming Gatorade? It's Nebraska. Is it fucking Oklahoma? Is it Florida? You know what I mean? Florida's always touting that. Anyway.
Then we got the in-state rival. I'm also throwing a game into the 50-50 pile here. I have them winning the series 2-1.
You have to. I do too.
They could very well lose.
You have to.
So
you have to.
I have the Vols winning 2-1, but this is my second 50-50 game. Then they finish off the season with South Carolina in Lindsey Nelson Stadium. I have Tennessee winning 2-1.
Sweep.
Ooh. So you're off of me. Actually, you just evened it up. So you had Georgia surprising, taking an extra game than I did, and now you have Tennessee sweeping South Carolina here. So we both ended with the same record. Tennessee would be 21-9. And I say 2 50-50 games on some nonsense. They're 19-11. This win total is 17.5. And it's minus 108. This is my favorite play. I'm all in on Tennessee here.
Folks,
over 17.5 wins.
I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town.
Get over there right now and bet this one. This is better than Vandy. But how about, what a great, they're giving us Tennessee value just on both schools in Tennessee and the SEC. Woo! That's what I'm going to be doing at the book.
Woo!
Yeah, there's 4 lines that are currently not. Most of them are set at minus 114 both sides. There's 4 of them that are not. Both Vanderbilt and Tennessee, I see just there was either line movement early that I didn't catch, and now it's juiced to the opposite side, or somebody hit it, and I disagree with their opinion. So, yeah, I love this.
All about it. Let's jump over. What is next? Missouri?
South Carolina.
S. Forgot about S. The old alphabet. Always. It's tricky. South Carolina. Gamecocks. I did have them finishing 5th in the SEC. And the Cocks. They were a fun watch last year, man. I had a lot of fun watching South Carolina last year.
They were my sleeper team last year. Fell just short to my Gators.
Yeah, Connor Johnson in the chat saying, you guys doing a Pac-12 show? That is out and available. Pac-12 preview is out. You can go listen to that. Go Beavs. Go Beavs forever in all sports.
Yes, sir. So South Carolina, again, a very, very good offense. Not many proven commodities when it comes to starting pitching in the SEC, but they have a lot of relievers stepping up into roles and just going to expand their appetite into starting pitching roles. So I actually am a little bit higher on these transitions than a Vanderbilt or some other teams that we'll get to when we're talking about either freshmen or guys that didn't pitch much at all last season. So South Carolina, the schedule is right here. Weekend number 1, they are at Ole Miss. I have them winning 2 of 3. 50-50 game though.
A little nervous. I'm a little nervous about this one. A little nervous.
It's the SEC weekend opener. Like especially that Friday night, it's going to be lit.
That whole fucking campus just is a drunken festival. It's fantastic, but I'm a little scared. I'll go 2-1. Yeah. Little scared of that one.
For the example of the show, just to be clear and show some fluctuation, I got a 50-50 game in that first weekend. Do you?
Yes.
Against Ole Miss. Okay.
100%.
150-50 game. Then we get South Carolina hosts Vanderbilt. I have South Carolina winning 2-3.
Yeah.
I don't think Vandy's offense can keep up with South Carolina.
I think they're better than Vandy, but I mean Vandy strikes fear in me just because I feel like they're always a little bit better, even though we're all over the under. But 2 of 3. Let's go.
Any 50-50 game? I sense some hesitation there.
Maybe let's go 1. Let's
Okay.
go 1.
So you got 2 50-50 games there. Then they go to Alabama. Again, one of the first 3 weekends. They catch Alabama early. I think that's the right time to get them. I got South Carolina winning 2-3.
Yes, all day. And shout out to Eric Cappers in the chat. Said, did you guys do the college basketball for tomorrow yet? No, that'll be coming out in about an hour and change here. About an hour.
Hour and a half.
Yeah. A&M. This one's at home.
They're
go.
hosting A&M. I got 2 of 3 for South Carolina. Then they go to Florida. I have Florida winning 2 of 3.
Yes, fair.
Then they host Arkansas.
This is the one.
I have the Gamecocks winning 2 of the games.
I don't.
I'm throwing a 50-50 game in.
Yeah.
But I got them
going 1 and 2. I got them going 1 and 2.
Do you want a 50 game on the other side, on the over side? Sure. Or are you confident in that?
No, it's 50-50 on the overside.
Okay. So you're even on your 50-50 games, I believe. So you don't have any. I've got 1 still on the under. 2 on the under. Then they host Kentucky after the Arkansas series. If they win against Arkansas, I mean, this could be a sneaky series. I have South Carolina winning 2 of 3.
I'm with you. This Kentucky nonsense. This right here, sweep. This Missouri bullshit out of here.
I have them winning 2 of 3 at Mizzou. Then they host Georgia.
This is where it's tricky. I could see Georgia fucking them up.
So I have South Carolina winning 2 of 3 against Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm a little terrified of the series, but yeah.
Okay. And then they finish up at Tennessee, where we talked about it.
Yeah,
I have them losing 2 of 3. I think you even called for a sweep.
Yeah, they're gonna get fucked up.
So you're on the opposite side of me on 3 games. And then I have 2 50-50s. This total is set at 16.5. I projected South Carolina at 18 and 12. I sided with the 50-50s for the wins. So I think it could fluctuate to a 16 and 14 record, which just gets you under that 16.5. You have them 3 losses less. So you have them at 15 and 15 in conference.
Yeah. Ride that under.
All right.
Ride that under. Yeah. I mean, I thought I was being high on them a little bit, but I guess not.
It's a tough schedule.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing the exercise, dude.
Yeah. Let's jump on over to this is Missouri, right?
Yes.
Who the fuck am I forgetting? Yeah.
Mizzou.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because Ole Miss counts as Mississippi. They always do that shit. It fucks with me. Missouri, give me the under. We don't need to go through this. They're going to suck this year.
Somebody's got to take some losses, unfortunately.
Ryking, R King wants to know, are you doing a hoop show tonight? Yes, we do a hoop show every night of the season. That'll be going live in about an hour and a half. Give me the under on Missouri. What is that total? 7.5.
So the total is 7.5. Minus 114 both ways. I have them getting swept by Arkansas, but I'm going to give a 50-50 game. It's a rivalry. First SEC weekend series of the year. I think they could jump up and bite it. Arkansas is going to be very, very good. But I'm just saying, just the rivalry factor, I want to account for Missouri possibly getting a win.
You got those fans grabbing fucking raccoons and possums.
Are you Benedicting here?
Did I say that?
Actually, no, not Arkansas.
Yeah.
We haven't touched on Arkansas yet.
About to say, what are you talking about here? Give me.
You're always so high on the rivalries.
I am, but this is a fake rivalry. You realize this, right? This is one that
they're still
This is like that Iowa-Nebraska bullshit in football. Oh, look at
Missouri
this rivalry.
needs rivals, so Missouri gets the.
This
Arkansas
is them
rival.
sprinkling Penn State and Maryland as a rivalry. The TV execs fucking rivalry. They try to say fucking rivalry, and it's not. But just because you share a border, I guess a little bit, but not really a rivalry game.
So I have them getting swept here, but I like a 50-50 game.
Break out that broom. See, that's the rival. Hold on, go back up one. And I know you can't. Kansas is the rival. They still play the game for a fucking reason. Let's go further
That's just
down.
rivalry week. They have Kansas sandwiched outside of Arkansas weekend.
They have to do that because they realize that no one at Mizzou gives a shit about baseball. Like their fan base does not, and unless they schedule their rivals. Old school way to do things in college sports.
So then they host Kentucky weekend number 2. I have them stealing a game here too. I got Kentucky winning 2-1.
Okay, I'm with you there.
Then they're at Vanderbilt. I don't think Vandy's good enough to sweep.
Swept.
So I've got them winning 1 there too. Then they host Florida. I have Florida pulling off a sweep.
Okay, yeah, but let me go back on that. They win 1 in Vandy. They get swept by Florida.
Okay, yeah, I have Florida winning in a sweep. Then they go to Georgia. I have Georgia winning 2 of 3.
I like Georgia to sweep them.
Okay, so let me try to track this. You have them 2 games higher, or you have Missouri 2 games lower than me right now.
I think right now you just bet the under. I can't see 8 fucking wins on this.
I want to go through the exercise because I'm actually quite surprised by this. Then they host LSU. I have them getting swept by LSU.
I think I'm with you. Their team's not good. You know what I mean?
They go to Tennessee. I have them getting swept, but this is another 50-50 game for the exact same angle that I talked about. Their assistant, their pitching coach was the coach of Tony Vitello. Vitello played at Missouri. There might just be a Sunday, pull off, hands off the reins for Vitello. I have a 50-50 game in here.
You have fun with that one. Scroll down. Yes.
So then Columbia.
This is one. This
the
is
Battle
one.
of Columbia.
This
Missouri
is one.
at South Carolina.
Yeah. And Tom's right. Sunday games are such toss-ups early on. He's completely right.
So I have or it's actually South Carolina at Missouri. I got the 2 Columbias mixed up, of course. I have South Carolina winning 2 of 3.
Yeah, there's no way I'm taking Mizzou to win 2 of 3. They might get swept here. I'm not very high on Mizzou.
I know,
Obviously.
but the SEC
I understand.
is fucking good.
I understand.
Even the basement.
I understand. I'm just saying there's going to be a little more sweepings. You should fucking look. There's a lot of.
They bring their brooms.
A lot of porters out there.
Auburn at Missouri. Auburn at Missouri. I have Auburn winning 2.
Yeah.
Then the final weekend series of the year, Missouri is at Mississippi State, and I have Hail State winning 2 of 3.
Yeah, with you.
So I have 2 50-50 games. You were 3 games lower than Missouri than me. I have Missouri at 6-24. I think they could win 2 more games and get themselves to 8-22 and get over the 7.5 number. You're projecting them at 3-21. Or
no, I think it's more
3-27.
realistically because if to balance it, I would say like 4 or 5. 5. Give me 5.
Okay, it's still under 7.5.
Yeah.
Are you locking it?
Yeah. Yes, that's up.
I'm not locking this.
I hear there's rumors on the
Disgusting.
internets.
Lock. Get the fuck out of here, Missouri in baseball. What are you gonna tell me next? Huh? They're a Big 12 school. They're a northern Big. You tell me, was Nebraska gonna run the Big 10 this year?
They could.
All right.
I mean,
I'm reading ads.
Nebraska's good enough. All right.
Want to tell you, the college baseball experience is brought to you by Super Bowl 58 and the props contest that we have for it. $1,000 winner take all. What are you doing, folks? It's free to enter. We're not trying to take your money. We're not having you sign up for some fucking email list. None of this shit. We're just offering $1,000. Why would you not enter? Pick 58 props for Super Bowl 58. Enter today, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/SB58. Or the link in the SGPN app, which is free to download in the App Store and Google Play Store. We're also brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US based and available in 40 different states. P2P social betting is a new and better way to bet. Bet directly against your friends or other users on sports, politics, pop culture, and other events with verifiable outcomes. I can remember a time where I bet my brother that Gary Coleman wasn't going to be governor of California. Right? I said, no, he's not. When he was running, I said, fucking the Terminator has it. Right? And back then we just had to trust that he was going to pay me. No, Cut's got that. All right. You want to bet on shit like that? They got you covered. They got a ton of fun social features too. They give it a feel of a betting social network, so to speak. And we should have bet. I still surprised the porn star lost that election. But anyway, what? Mary Carey, not Harry Carey, Mary Carey. Anyway, check out Cut. Cut is great. They offer lower vig, fully customizable odds. You can create your own bets. That's my point. Maybe you feel differently about Mizzou baseball. I'm on there. My name is Pick Dundee. Get on over there. Challenge me. Let's go. Social features include group chats, betting leaderboards, head-to-head history, user profiles, fan groups, and much, much more. So what are you doing? Head to cut.com. That's KUTT.com. Use that promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus today. We're also brought to you by Game Time. What are you doing? Buying tickets to your favorite event shouldn't be that stressful. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and theater that is near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you'll be having at that very event. So what are you doing, folks? Download the Game Time app, create an account, redeeming code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Once again, create that account, redeeming code CFBX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, we're back on the college baseball experience, talking about the Ole Miss Rebels. Yeah, we just highlighted their injuries.
Yep, unfortunately.
Under. I mean, I don't know. This one could get tricky because maybe they adjusted based on those injuries. Let's see. Let's dive into this.
Yeah. So Ole Miss at or South Carolina at Ole Miss. I have South Carolina winning 2-3, but I chalk this up as a 50-50 game for the Cocks. I'm going to do the same. Ole Miss could win 2 here.
They could. It terrifies me for a second. Like that's one that I'm going to be watching. I'll watch each and every game of that one.
Then Ole Miss at Tennessee. I have them getting swept.
Yes, I think I did too.
Then Kentucky at Ole Miss. I have Ole Miss winning 2-3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't trust Kentucky. I mean, I don't feel great about this, but yeah, 2 of 3.
Also, I'm valuing one of the best home environments in the SEC.
That's true. That's true.
Ole Miss at Arkansas. I have them getting swept.
Yes, Arkansas is to me, they're one of the best teams, if not the best. So now the Egg Bowl here on the diamond.
Yeah,
they're gonna fuck them up. There's potential here, but no, I'm not giving them a sweep because there's too much animosity.
I have Ole Miss 2-1.
Yeah, there's too much animosity. Give me Mississippi State will get one. If not, fucking Stark Vegas will burn down. So
even though both of these teams were really bad last year, this series was still outstanding to watch. So, yep. And I think Mississippi State won it 2-1 last year, if memory serves me correct. So Ole Miss revenge this season. Then they're at Georgia, and I have Georgia winning 2-3.
Yes, with you. I'm higher on Georgia.
All right. Then they host Alabama. I have Ole Miss winning 2-3.
Man, this is tough because we're counting on Bama to get to start.
Yeah, I'll throw a
at some
50-50
point.
game into this. Alabama could be good enough to take 2-3.
This is one I don't have a lot of great conviction here, but
all right. So my 50-50 games are even. Did you throw a 50-50 on? Yeah, you did for South Carolina. So we're both.
Yes. South Carolina and Bama are the ones where you're just sitting there saying,
all right. Then this is a fun one. They play in a minor league stadium. I think it's Biloxi. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me in the chat. But they play a 4th game against Mississippi State. Counts as a non-conference. Then they go to Auburn. And I have Auburn winning 2 of 3.
No, I got Ole Miss getting 2 of 3 here.
Really? Okay. So you're a game higher than me on Ole Miss currently. Then they go, or Texas A&M comes to Oxford. I have A&M winning 2 of 3.
This is another one of those ones, though. This is like the Bama and South Carolina stretch.
I don't think they can jump up and win this series.
Yeah, I mean, I have A&M way ahead of them, so yeah, I guess I'll join you. But
okay,
you know, A&M is just such a hard team for me to get a gauge on. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, so I have them winning 2 of 3 there. Then they go to LSU, and I have LSU winning 2 of 3 against Ole Miss.
Yes,
this could be a sweep.
Yes, it could. It certainly could.
So I have 50-50 towards the under. Are you counting like a sweep as a 50-50?
Yeah.
So the Ole Miss record that we both have projected here is actually you were a game higher than me. I have Ole Miss projected 11-19. You have them 12-18. It's right on the number.
Yeah. Do not bet this. Yeah.
Right on the number. So they drilled that in our opinion. Next team is their rival, Mississippi State.
Hail State. Shout out. Rest in peace to the great Coach Leach. I mean, dude, I want Hail State to be good so bad. I want them to be good so bad. I just don't think this is
I want Ole Miss. Yeah. I want Ole Miss to be good again too. I mean,
yeah. Give me the under on them, but I feel if they're at 11.5, I feel like this is almost lock potential without diving into the fucking schedule there. And
the under is plus 100. It's plus money. But I think this is one of the favorable schedules in the conference. Let's dive in. LSU or LSU
hit
visits
that close button right there, buddy.
The close button.
Yeah, there you go.
LSU visits Mississippi State to open up the conference. I think this is the same thing. Like Mississippi State, one of the best home field advantages in the conference. I think they do jump up and get LSU. LSU has some question marks on this team this year. And being that it's a home series, I have Mississippi State winning one game against LSU.
No.
Oh, all right. He is officially he's officially a Reb. He's screaming hotty toddy from the rooftops. So he's one game off of my record. Then Mississippi State goes to Texas A&M. I have A&M winning 2 of 3.
Yes.
Then Mississippi State goes to Florida. I have them getting swept.
I got them getting 1.
Okay. So we're back to even.
Yeah.
I have them getting swept by my Gators. Then Georgia goes to Mississippi State. I have Mississippi State winning 2 of 3.
Oh man, this one's tough. No, Bulldogs 2 of 3.
So you're one game lower than me again. And then Mississippi State at Ole Miss. We just talked about this one. This one's 2-1 Rebs, correct?
Yes.
And then Auburn to Starkville. I think this is where you get the even up here, because if Mississippi State goes on the road and they beat Ole Miss in a weekend series, they're going to lose this weekend series to Auburn. But I have Hail State winning 2 of 3 against the Tigers.
I'm with you. Let's go.
Okay. And then they go to Nashville to play Vanderbilt.
No.
I have
one.
I have Vandy winning 2-1 as well.
Yeah.
Then that Ole Miss midweek game. Then Alabama goes to Starkville. I have Mississippi State winning 2.
No. Bama wins 2 of 3. It's too late in the year.
Okay. Then Mississippi State goes to Arkansas. I have the Hogs sweeping them.
Me too.
And then the last series, they host Missouri. I have Mississippi State winning 2-1.
Yes, this is where they might even sweep.
So I have 50-50 game towards the under. The projected record for me was 12-18. The total's 11.5. You have 11-19 record. projected for Mississippi State?
Under. No lock, but I feel pretty decent about it.
I'm on the over. I think it's a favorable schedule for sure. Next team here is LSU.
The reigning national champions, we Tigers. I got Ed Order Jones somewhere on this fucking soundboard, but
well, I don't got the brain man cold, but they're counting down 7-6-5.
I don't know.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Sorry. LSU. They're replacing everybody though. I feel like they lost a ton of production from a year ago. I know they yeah. We need to speed this up. My mother is texting me that food is ready.
Okay.
So
Mama Dundee flew in from the East Coast to California.
yes.
LSU at Mississippi State. We talked about this one. I gave Mississippi State a game here.
No. Sweet.
And I have a 50-50 game for LSU. Then LSU hosts Florida. I have them winning this series 2-1.
Yes.
Then they
I'm
go
at 5
to
just like that.
Then they go to Arkansas. I have Arkansas winning 2-1.
Yes.
Then they host Vanderbilt. I think there's a chance for them to sweep this thing. I have them winning 2-1.
I have a 2-1 too, but I think you're right. There's a chance.
A 50-50 victory here. So they've got two 50-50 wins. Then they go to Tennessee. I have them losing 2-1.
Yes, me too.
At Missouri, I have a rare road sweep.
I'm with you.
Then LSU hosts Auburn.
2-1.
2-1. I agree. Then they host Texas A&M, and I have them winning this one 2-1 as well.
Yeah, I'm with you.
LSU at Alabama.
Tricky.
I have LSU 2-1.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1, but 2-1.
50-50 for Bama.
Yeah, I can see it being a little slip spot, but yeah.
Then they host Ole Miss. I think this is borderline sweep. I gave them 2-1, but this is another 50-50
sweep it.
W for me.
Sweep it.
Okay, so you have LSU 2 games higher than me. My projected record was 19-11. You have them 21-9. This is 19.5 total. My 19-11 record, I also have them on the opposite end of 3 50-50 games. I think their ceiling would be 22-8. So I'm going to take the over. I'm not confident in this because this is not. I have them at 19, but I do think the 19 wins
is they have the
floor.
target on their back, man. The problem is they have the target on the back, and that is always tricky. That's why I'm not going to bet it. But
right,
I feel like the over is going to hit.
You just flipped me down to my original projection. Give me 19.
Okay, I'm going to say 2021, but I don't want to bet that.
6 teams left. Kentucky is next.
It
goes quicker because now we've figured out most of the results, through half of the teams and everything.
Yeah, let's go. All right.
So, Kentucky is a very, very tricky team, especially at home. Their ballpark is much bigger than most of the other SEC cookie cutters. It fucks teams up when they come to Lexington. They host Georgia week 1, and I've got them winning 2 or 3.
Yep. I don't want to take it, but I feel like you're right.
Then they go to Missouri, and I have them winning 2 or 3.
Yep.
At Ole Miss, I have Ole Miss winning 2 or 3.
Correct.
Then they host Alabama, and I've got Kentucky 2-1.
Bama 2-1. Wait, when is that?
April 5th. Fourth weekend.
Yeah, give me Kentucky 2-1.
Okay. Then do you want to count that as a 50-50?
No, because it's too early. I think they're going to be better later. Yeah.
Kentucky at Auburn. I have Auburn 2-1.
Yeah, give me Auburn 2-1. It's at Auburn. That's the difference.
Kentucky hosts Tennessee, and this was one of my boldest calls. I have Kentucky winning this series 2-1. I have a 50-50 loss.
The fuck is that?
Come on, they did
no.
it against the stacked Tennessee 2022 team.
Yeah, it's a new year. All right, new beginnings. Give me the Vols.
I'm sticking to my prediction. Kentucky at South Carolina. Give me South Carolina 2-1.
Correct.
Then we got Kentucky hosts Arkansas.
Arkansas 2-1. Maybe even 3-0.
I've got the Hogs 2-1. They could sweep. So
put me down for 50-50. Yeah.
Or for 50-50 to the under. My 50-50 is just canceled out. Kentucky at Florida. I have Florida winning 2 of 3 rivalry series. However, 50-50 to the under.
Yeah. No, I got Florida winning 2 of 3. Yeah.
All right. Then Kentucky hosts Vanderbilt in the season ender. I have Kentucky winning 2 of 3.
No, Vandy 2 of 3.
All right. So you're 2 games lower than me on Kentucky, and I have a 50-50 game on Kentucky. My projected record for the Wildcats is 15-15. The win total is set at 14.5. My 2 50-50 games would put them at 13-17. You have them 14-16.
Right on the number. I don't feel great about this play either. I don't think you should touch it.
Let's move to one that I think people should touch.
Reach out and touch. No, Georgia, the Bulldogs. Dude, this is a smash spot. Where the fuck is my Bruce Pearl? Where the fuck? Where is it? It's somewhere here. Smash. I'm going to tell you that right now. Georgia's going to be a little bit better than people think. All right, shout out to Brian Sanders in the chat. He's with me. Go Dogs.
Awesome. So their win total set at 9.5. I can understand it. New coach. They hammered the transfer portal though. I power ranked them 13th. Again, they did not get the benefit of the doubt from me when I'm running through this schedule. Let's do it, Colby, though. They are at Kentucky, weekend number 1. I have the Wildcats winning 2 of 3.
I want to take Georgia so bad to win 2 of 3, but I think you're right.
Let's do it for the exercise. Let's make them. They lose this series 2 of 3. Then they host Alabama. I have Georgia winning 2 of 3.
Yes.
Then they go to Tennessee, and I have them getting swept.
Yep.
Then they have a back-to-back road trips here. They go to Starkville. I have them losing the series 2-1.
Nope. They win 2-1 here.
All right, so you're one game.
I know it's lit there.
You're one game higher than me.
Yes.
They host Missouri. This one, you got bold. You already called for the sweep. I have them 2-1. I'm sorry. I'm joking. I'm joking up. So I have them 2-1. You're 2 games higher than me on Georgia currently. Then they host Ole Miss. I have Georgia winning this series 2-1.
I'm with you.
Then they host then they visit Texas A&M. I have the Aggies winning 2 of 3.
Yeah.
Then they host Vanderbilt. I have them winning the series. I have them winning 2 games.
Yes, 2-1. This Vandy private school pussy shit out of here.
I'm going to give it a 50-50 loss, though, for the exercise. We'll talk about it after. So that's my first 50-50 L. Then they're at South Carolina. I gave them 1 game at South Carolina.
Sounds about accurate.
I will chalk up a 50-50 L here, though. Then Florida, rivalry series last weekend of the year.
They get 1.
I have Florida going in and getting a sweep.
They get 1.
It's bold.
They get 1. I don't know. I don't feel that
but
great
I
about
have
it
them at the very, very, very floor. Their record's 12-18. The win total is 9.5. I have them power ranked 13th in the conference, and their schedule is that favorable. They're spitting out 12 wins, and I have borderline 2 50-50 L's that would put them at 10-20. This is a lot.
Lock this thing up. Let's go, Dogs. All right, let's make this fast because we got the basketball show. I know I don't want to fucking screw over the Arkansas fans, but and the Auburn fans and the Bama fans, but we need to fire. The basketball show coming up in about 45 minutes, so to speak. Next up was what? Auburn, the Tigers. You're higher on the Auburn than myself.
Florida.
Oh shit, we have Florida too.
We have 4. We have 4 to go.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already filled out most of the series. We just got to run through the schedules. I don't even need to. I mean, I can just run. I have the cheat sheet right here. So Florida, I have them power ranked first. You were a little bit lower than me. You had them 3rd in the conference. Florida hosts Texas A&M. I have them winning 2-1 in that series.
Sounds about right.
Then they go to LSU, and I have them only winning 1.
I think I agree with you there.
Then they host Mississippi State, and I have them in a sweep.
Probably likely.
At Missouri, I have Florida sweeping as well.
They're definitely sweeping this one. The Mississippi State one's a little bit up there, but yeah.
The fact that they're not on the road against Mississippi State, I like the sweep. At Missouri, I have them sweeping too. Again, I maybe predicted maybe 7 total sweeps out of how many series? It's crazy. Florida, they host South Carolina. I have them winning 2-1.
Yep. 2-1's about right. 2-1. They might sweep them too, but
Florida at Vandy, I have them 2-1.
I'm there.
Florida at Arkansas, I have them losing the series 2-1.
Yes. Maybe even no, it's 2-1. 2-1.
Tennessee at Florida, I have the Gators winning 2-1.
Correct.
Then we've got Kentucky at Florida. I have the Gators winning 2-1.
Potential for a sweep here. This Kentucky bullshit out of here, but yeah, okay.
Then Florida at Georgia, I have them in a sweep 3-0, 50-50 to an L.
I got a 2-1.
Okay. So you're 1 game lower than me on the Gators, correct?
Yeah.
You had 1 disagreement. My projected record for Florida was 21-9, and I had them 50-50 loss, which would put them at 20-10. Their win total is 20.5. Again, these extreme high ones, I was like, hell no. Like, these are very, very tough, in my opinion. Next team was Auburn. Win total 14.5.
Hold on, before we get there, I want to tell you that the college baseball experience is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL Super Bowl with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Once again, use that promo code SGPN. You get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right, we are back.
Richie Rich, this is not the college basketball show.
Yeah, basketball shows in about 45 minutes.
Auburn, win total 14.5. College baseball, SEC win totals we're discussing here. Auburn, 14.5. They open up the season at Vanderbilt. I have them losing 2 of 3 games.
Yes. I mean, I'm not as high on Auburn as you are, but yeah.
So I had Auburn power ranked 8th. Where did you have them?
Auburn was to me what I think it was number. I want to say it was 12. Was it for me? Hang on.
Yeah, you had them 12.
Yeah.
So I had Auburn losing at Vandy 2-1 in the series.
Agreed.
Then I have Auburn. So Arkansas visits our Auburn weekend 2. I have the Razorbacks winning 2 of 3.
Yes, potential for sweep.
Okay, so 50-50 to the over for you. Then Auburn at Texas A&M. I have the Aggies winning 2.
Okay, I'll join you there. That one's hard for me. That's hard, but yes.
Tennessee at Auburn. I have the Vols winning 2.
Yes, Vols winning 2. Auburn gets 1. I feel pretty good about that one.
All right. And then Auburn hosts Kentucky. I have them winning 2.
I'm with you. I don't trust Kentucky.
Auburn at Mississippi State. I have Hail State winning 2.
I'm with you. I think we covered that eye for eye on Hail State's side of things.
Auburn at LSU. I have them taking a game in Baton Rouge. This is a 50-50 loss, though. They could get
sweep.
Okay. So you have them. You have them a game lower than I do, or 2 games lower than I do, and also a 50-50 L as well. Then we've got Ole Miss at Auburn. I have Auburn winning 2.
Yep, sounds about right.
Auburn at Missouri. I have Auburn winning 2.
Auburn's gonna. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, 2-1.
Iron Bowl. Alabama at Auburn. Auburn 2-1.
Definitely. Feel
so
pretty good about that one.
You're 2 games lower than me with a 50-50 loss. I gave them 1 50-50 loss. My projected record on Auburn was 14-6. This is a 14.5 win total. So I have them a 50-50 L, 13-17. Your record that you spit out is 12-18 with a possibility of 11-19.
Maybe we lock this thing, huh?
I'm not. But
lock it up. Let's go. Shout out to Oscar Robles. He's seeing me doze off. No, I'm not dozing off. I care about college baseball. There's opportunity to make money here. Next up, we jump over to the Arkansas Razorbacks, where if you listen to the SEC preview episode, you know I'm high as shit on the Razorbacks. So when I see 20.5, team, I think over, but break it down.
Second to last team. We both have this team power ranked second out of the 14 SEC teams. Missouri at Arkansas, I have them in a 3-0 sweep.
Yes.
Then Arkansas at Auburn, I have them winning 2-1. You just had them sweeping.
The brooms are look. They got no problem sweeping whatever the fuck. They'll grab raccoons, roaches, rats. Doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, so you're 1 game higher on Arkansas than I am. So this one very fun series. Arkansas's schedule is fun. LSU at Arkansas, I have the Hogs winning 2 of 3.
Wait, say it again. What was it?
LSU at Arkansas.
Yeah, I got 2 of 3. LSU is going to get 1, right?
Yep. In my opinion. Then I have them sweeping Ole Miss at home in Fayetteville.
I'm with you.
Arkansas at
They're
Alabama.
Be on fire at that point. How many wins do I have right there?
I don't know. We'll add it up at the end. You have them 1 win better than I do. Arkansas at Alabama. I have Arkansas winning 2.
I'm with you.
Then Arkansas at South Carolina. I have the Gamecocks winning 2. I have an upset here.
No, get this Gamecock bullshit out of here. Arkansas wins 2 of 3.
All right, so you're 2 games higher on Alabama than I am, or on Arkansas than I am. Arkansas then hosts Florida. I mean, this is a tough ass schedule. They host Florida. I have them winning 2-1.
I'm with you, 2-1.
Arkansas at Kentucky. I have them winning 2-1.
2-1.
Then Mississippi State at Arkansas. I have a sweep.
I think I said sweep before, but I do feel like it's too predictable so far. Give me Hail State. Let me Benedict. Hail State takes 1.
Okay. So you're 1 game higher on Arkansas than I am. Final series, Arkansas at Texas A&M. I have the Aggies winning 2.
With you.
All right. So I had 1.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I have the Razorbacks winning 2. My apologies. Yeah.
Okay. So now you're 2 games higher on Arkansas than I am. Honestly, there's so many good teams on this schedule. There could have been plenty of 50-50 games that I just ran through here. My projected record for Arkansas is 21-9. You have them 23-7, win total of 20.5. I'm on the over, but I think there's plenty of potholes here.
Yeah.
They host LSU in Florida. They visit Texas A&M. And then they're also at Alabama. I mean, there's a couple of tough, weekends here for Arkansas.
I lean over. I don't know that I'm going to bet it though.
I just think like they've got some sweepable series early that really bolsters this record. Last team, Alabama. Their win total is set at 14.5. Again, for all of these teams, analysis, players, whatever, listen to the first SEC preview. Alabama hosts Tennessee weekend number 1. I have the Vols winning 2.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, I wouldn't shock me if there's a sweep there. I think I even said sweep, right?
Also rivalry, right? I mean,
yeah,
Alabama's going to get up for Tennessee. Plus, it's SEC opening weekend.
That is fair.
So I'm giving them a game. Then we've got Alabama at Georgia. I have Georgia winning 2.
Yes.
South Carolina at Alabama. I have the Cocks winning 2.
Yep, I think because they're ahead of them. I'll join you.
Then Alabama at Kentucky. I have Kentucky winning 2.
Give me Bama to win 2.
Okay, so you're 1 game higher on Alabama currently. Arkansas at Alabama. I have this one 2-1, and this one I think I counted. Actually, no, I didn't. I have them losing 2 games to Arkansas here. No sweep.
I thought I called for sweep. Didn't I?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe you called for a sweep over Bama. I don't know. Weekend 5, you might have been a little bit higher on Alabama. Come around this time. Let's keep going. Alabama then hosts Texas A&M. I have Bama winning 2.
No, A&M 2.
Okay, so we're back to even on the record. Alabama at Ole Miss. Ole Miss I have winning 2.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Alabama at Mississippi State. I have them losing this series as well. That's a very rowdy home field atmosphere for Hill State. I got them winning 2 games here. Bulldogs.
All right, I'm with you. It makes sense. You know, it's I don't know. They're a mystery team too in a little bit. It's like they brought in a shit ton of transfers. At what point do they start? I think there's gonna be a
it's
point
May
in the
3rd,
season.
so it's the 3rd to last weekend. So
no, but I'm saying at some point I do think they're gonna click, but it's just where is that point in the season?
It's getting late. 3rd to last weekend. They're at Mississippi State.
2 of 3.
So you're 2 games higher than me on Alabama here. Then LSU at Alabama. I have them stealing 1. Could get ugly. I'm not going to call it a 50-50 though.
1. I'll call it a 50-50 though.
Okay, so you have a 50-50 L, but you're still 2 games higher on them than I am. Alabama at Auburn, Iron Bowl. I have Auburn taking 2.
I do too.
All right, so you're 2 games higher than me on Bama with a 50-50 loss. I kept all 50-50s out, I believe. Win total of 14.5. I have them 11-19. This is a lock for me. You have them 13-17 with a 50-50 L. That would put them at 12-18. I think it's pretty comfortable.
It all matters when they gel as a team, but I'm with you. I think
I think the schedule's tough, and I don't know when they're going to come around. I like the pitching staff. I want to be high on this team, but I don't think I can.
I'm like Oscar. The under is. I might even bet the under. Might even bet the under with all the uncertainties.
All right,
Oscar in the chat saying lock it up.
So my locks for this episode, in recap, Tennessee is my favorite. Over 17.5. I have them 21-9. I even gave them 2 50-50 losses. Second favorite, Vanderbilt under. I have them at 13-17. I even gave them a couple of 50-50 wins, which would put them at 15-15. Third favorite, I'm not even high on this team. This schedule is just very, very, very favorable. Georgia, over 9.5. I have them 12-18. I even gave them 2 50-50 losses in borderline sweep series. They're still 10-20. Then my fourth lock, the least confident that I am in one of my locks, Alabama. I have them 11-19. Like I just said, 1 50-50 win. That would put them at 12-18. Colby had them. He wants to be high on them too. He's got them 13-17 with a 50-50 loss that puts him at 12-18 as well. Those are my 4 locks.
No, I think the best plays to me are Georgia and the Tennessee schools. Those are the best 3 plays you can bet. The other ones are a little bit of a gamble, a little bit of a feel for that. But folks, subscribe to the College Baseball Experience. Give Noah Bieniek a follow at NoahB77_. He's got you covered with college baseball all season long and the off season, really. I'm on Twitter at @ColbyD. Can't wait for the season to go in full swing here. The College Baseball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Subscribe, follow, all that shit. Look at that. He's got shit printed out. I haven't printed out a paper in 40
Oscar
fucking years.
asked if I had the cocktail napkin for baseball. I don't have it for regular baseball games. I don't know how to there's not a Ken Palm that I can just rip numbers from, unfortunately. But yeah.
College basketball show's coming up in about 30 minutes, folks. I'm gonna go eat. And then we roll and we talk hoops.
That's right.
So check it all out, folks. We'll be back with the ACC preview, I think, Thursday. Until next time, this is the College Baseball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And the whole team's looking and the whole world's looking with the cameras. Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And you know what to get.